Greetings, humans, greetings, and welcome back to another fun-filled episode of Bear here, 29-year veteran of the woods. That's where bears live, people, and don't you know that 7 out of 8 TikTok women would agree they'd rather see a bear in the woods than a man in the woods. It's YouTube's #1 show. Can't find it anywhere else, people. #1 show by a bear. And also your emotional support animal, people. I'm here for you, people. I'm here for you. That's right, people. We are back yet again for another great show. Fingers crossed that the power stays on. It's been off and on raining all day, so fingers crossed here. I don't want to go 2 barely live shows in a row and get screwed, but here we are. Here we are. Great. Yeah. Professional show, people. One of these days, we will do a professional show. Good to have Peabody here. Happy birthday, Mr. President. Is it okay if we had tacos for supper? Actually, Bear had fajitas for supper, so yes, it's okay. Taco man, he's gonna be a taco man. Hello, Bear. I hope there's no riots in your area. Well, thank you. I don't mean to laugh at that, but I do. No, we're fine. We're fine here in the free state of Florida. No, that's not gonna happen, Rick. Not gonna happen. If it did, it was raining all day, so they got rained on their parade. Which actually, by the way, I do actually have. Let me see if I can bring it in here. 1 second here, people. Actually, I don't know if it's still going on or not. Let's check in. See if we can bring this in here for you good people. Thing with the thing, with the thing. Let's do the thing. Hold on just 1 second. Let's see if we can bring this in. Let's see if we can do this here. I don't know if it's still going on or not, so let's find out. God dang it, I don't want freaking teeth at. What the hell's going on there? Oh my god. Oh my friggin' lord, people. Okay, skip the ad. There we go. Okay, so I can't play the audio on this, but apparently it's still going on there. Somebody's singing there, so we'll see. We will see. I tuned in very quickly, and looked like it was raining up there, or it looks like it's pretty cloudy up there. So not really sure if you could see a whole lot that was going on, but there you go, people. There's your parade out here. Where you go, people? There we go. There is the parade, and somebody's singing apparently. Who is that? Oh God, it's like cross between like country and like. I don't know, really bad 90s rock. Not like dad rock. Crying out loud. Let's see. When Ruth asked, what did Bear do on his show today? Oh, he was showing people opening their mouths. There you go. Well, listen. I can't show the music. I thought they were going to be doing a parade here. So, apparently they're just singing. So, go figure, people. There is the parade. That's what's going on. Yada. Yada, yada, yada. Yes, indeed, people. Yes, indeed. Well, I actually got some good news, people. Bear actually has a job now. Holy cow. I got contacted just the other day. Poor fella kind of lost his job, so I was able to find, and actually it's for a government contract too, people. So hopefully I get some of that government cheese, all that good stuff. I'm going to try and become the brand new goat wrangler for the Islamic Republic of Iran, people. That's right. I get to, hang out with the goats, do some stuff with the goats out there. So hopefully Bear, a nice little cushy job, nice little villa over there in somewhere in Iran somewhere. I'm sure it'll be great. I'm sure it will be absolutely terrific as the brand new head goat wrangler for the Islamic Republic of Iran. What? What was that? Yeah, I know the other guy lost his job. How did he? He died. Oh. Oh, well, sorry for him and his family out there. It is my my agent, the squirrel, out here that's talking to me. So hold on. That's right. Yeah, okay. Yeah, it's gonna be fine as long as they pay Bear. Did they meet my demands? Did they meet my demands? That's right, salmon. Yes, plenty of salmon. Daily. Yes, daily. It's gonna be what? It's gonna be lab-grown salmon? There's such a thing? I don't know about that, man. We might have to renege on our contract there. There's some funny stuff going on there. Yeah, I'm not too sure about that. Not too sure about that, people. Not too. Squirrel needs to do better PR for you, Bear. Yeah, you probably should. Probably should. Come on, man. Let's. I think we can do better than that. Maybe get a nice raise. What does the goat wrangler for Iran do? They do what? No, come on. They do that? In the keister? No. Oh God, no. No. Listen, whoever you had, call them back. Tell them, well, let's reconsider this. Let's reconsider this, people. Got to reconsider. He's what? The general that you talked to is now dead? Oh. Okay. Do I still have to go in on Monday? All right. If you don't say anything, I won't. He doesn't say anything, I won't. So, all right. Well, apparently I have decided to pass on the head goat wrangler for the Islamic Republic of Iran, people. So I will be back here. We'll be back here on Monday instead of flying out there. So I've heard that there's some interesting stuff happening over there. Haven't really been following. Really looking forward to the head goat wrangler, but apparently there's some funny stuff going on with what they're doing with the goats, people. Better be a lot of salmon as compensation for that job. It was apparently lab-grown salmon, P-Money. Lab-grown. Have you ever heard of such a thing? Ay, people. All right, they were continuing to sing. This is, who is this? Where are my glasses at? Right Side Broadcast. So, if you want to go check it out, there is that. I will leave the link here if you want to go check it out yourselves. There you go. Let Bear know if Trump starts talking. I'll cut back to it. Oh, careful about the lightning. Oh, I thought that was actually going on. You probably shouldn't have lightning on your television screen when it looks like it's about to pour down rain behind you. Probably not a good idea with that. Not a good idea at all, people. All right, well, let me, if I may, transition from this to comic books. Let's go, people. Let's go. As always, we try to tell people, go check out Titan Mouse of Might, Miasma, Volume 3 from Gary Shipman. Over at the Indiegogo, link is down in the description. There's all sorts of links down in Bear's description. All you gotta do is click on it and go down there and find it, people. Sorry, Bear, on my other screen, I'm watching a certain hockey game. Well, any thoughts on tonight's game, P-Money? Are we rooting for the Oilers? You think the Oilers are gonna win, or you think the Panthers are gonna win? We'll put in our bets now, people. I don't know. It could go either way, honestly. Well, let's ask this. Will it go into an overtime? That might be the other question. There you go, people. All right. Gosh dang it, people. All right. Go also check out Cyberfrog. Number 3, Red Extermination. 826,100 and set. Why do I still have... Hold on one second here, people. I still have... Hold on. They are still playing in Bear's ear here. Hold on one second. I'm getting really terrible country/90s rock music in Bear's ear. I didn't need that. All right, there we go. Go check out, what's his face? Who's his name? EVS, Cyberfrog, number 3, Red Extermination, people. Link is down in the description. Go check it out. And also, we have, from one, Shane Davis, people. apparently there's also other stuff going on. Also, a Annatomic, what do you call this? A launch. I guess they're launching. They're launching their Annatomic, people. Anybody says, I want to say Edmonton since it's 2-2, but when the Oilers lose a game 6-1, I'm accepting they might not win. No, I'm just talking about tonight's game. I'm not talking about the series. Just put in your thoughts for tonight's game. Let's see how close you come. Honestly, a coin flip. Update from 9 Lives Comics, people. Hello there, 9 Lives Comics fans. Annatomic, welcome to the arena. Launches today, earlier today. And the awesome. Would you believe, people? Would you believe that they actually found Dale Keown, and he's doing a cover for them? And there it is, right there. So nice job. Good job, Dale. He literally does the covers for everybody. He's like the Eric Weathers of covers. Sign up for the Annatomic pre-launch now. You can't because they've already launched it. And you get to score an exclusive lenticular card, amongst other items. I'm not going to go through it because that's already done with. There'll also be an extremely limited Virgin variant cover for 24 hours. So if you want to go check out this lovely cover here, you got less than 24 hours, people. By my math, you've got, a little over 12 hours. A little over 12. So there's only 300 left. Well, 300 total. I don't know how many are left. So go out and get on it. Am I supposed to be attracted to the monster? I like to be like, wow, that monster's got a great butt. Holy cow, look at that. Look at that took us on that giant kaiju out there. I don't know. I have funny feelings, people. I'm not so sure that's the way you're supposed to do it. We're plunging headfirst into the grimy, neon-drenched depths of the city that forged Inglorious Rex. I would have loved to see that for the second book. Why we got this book? About a lady that we don't really know her. Listen, I'm going to be honest with you. I don't really care. I don't really care about Annatomic because I can't tell you anything other than she has a butt. And that's about. I've read 2 of these books. I have no idea what this character's about. I couldn't tell you for the life of me. Like what her motivation is, what makes her tick, other than she wants to fight the main character in the book. So that's all I know. If you want to know more about Annatomic, go check out Annatomic. Welcome to the arena. It's out now, people, on Indiegogo, if you so desire. Just don't tell the sexy lobster you've eaten shellfish. That'd be a bad date night. That and she's like 300 feet tall. That's a little embarrassing out there if you don't measure up, if you know what I mean. If you don't measure up to what the giant kaiju monster was expecting during your date night out there. But listen, go check it out. It's fine. I don't know anything about the character. I've read 2 books, and I couldn't tell you one thing about this character. So there is that. And we also got another love letter out here from the beautiful and talented Irene. The Fiendish June newsletter, people. She says, hello, everyone. Hello. Boy, did the past month just fly by. I know. I thought it was, going to be April for the longest time. Then May came around, then all of a sudden it's June. I'm like, what the heck? What's going on here, man? I need to go back to hibernation. That's where Bear finally had some time to himself. Time to himself. First of all, I'd like to thank everybody who showed up for the Osaka Comic-Con. P-Money, did you show up for the Osaka Comic-Con out there? I just missed it. I missed it by that much. And who have been signing up for the Fiendish 3 mailing list. We're well over 400 signups already. And she couldn't be more grateful. Well, let's check out a beautiful cover here. There we go. Looking pretty good. Looking pretty good. Listen, I'm going to be honest here. I think, obviously, but I think Irene draws the ladies a little bit better than Shane Davis. She's got more purpose in here. Like, okay, we know that she's fighting, bad arse lady and everything, but like, sexuality doesn't come up to the forefront. It's just like, oh, okay, here's this cool chick battling, I don't know, some sort of, I have no idea what this is. Some sort of, let's just say monster of some kind. I have no idea what kind of monster it could be. The bad news is, it's looking like they're going to have to push the launch back to July, people. All the travel she's been doing has thrown quite a wrench into the work plans. They don't want to launch a campaign that isn't the absolute best it could be. But work is still progressing, people, and they got a lot of art to show. One of my checklists is, she's got many checklists, people. For Fiendish 3 is to have 15-page preview completely colored and lettered, and Nick Zamondo has been working hard on the color pages that I've handed him so far. They've got 12 pages inked and colored, so now it's time for her to finish inking those last 3 pages and hand them off to old Nick. But here is a sneak peek at what you can expect here. So, nice. Okay, there we go. I think this is probably a 2-page. Very cool. I like it. Although maybe that middle panel there might get kind of cut in half with the page there if you're opening it up. But not bad. Probably on digital it looks just fine. Let's see. Yes, the Osaka Comic-Con is a major attraction in the prairies of Canada. Yeah, probably was that close to getting there himself. So I don't know about the colors on this. Something seems it's just slightly off with the colors. I think the colors are fine. I like that transition. I think the transition there is pretty cool. I guess where it's going into his like a past. I assume it's kind of like a flashback of some kind. So he's there. Is he eating a frog? Hold on. Is he eating a frog? Let me zoom in on that. Is that a frog in his mouth? Oh wow, that's Irene, that is a sick burn, young lady. That is a sick burn to put your main character eating a frog, but okay. All right, well, there we go. There we go. And if you want, people, go check out Heroes Con. She is going to be in the city that we shall not name in North Carolina next weekend. If you fancy picking up some original art, you'd like a copy of the brand spanking new Fiendish Japanese volumes, who doesn't? Or you'd like to nab her con-exclusive prints and art books, then come on down to North Carolina and stop by II 1275. You know where that's going to be at, people. I don't need to tell you. It's Artist Alley, people. Artist Alley. And as always, thank you for all your continued support. As she always says, love. She's in love with Bear. What can I tell you, people? Listen, I've got that animal magnetism that you just can't describe, people. Just can't describe. See you in Charlotte. No, the hell you will. The hell you will. I'm never going to go to Charlotte. Never again, people. Never again. Good Lord. I've got stories out of Charlotte. North Carolina. Ugh. Horrible. Horrible, horrible. All right, well, stay out of the dungeon, Irene. Stay away. Stay away from the dungeon. Quit eating frogs. And it'll be okay. But there you go. Looking pretty good. I like it. Color. Maybe it is part of the book, and maybe I'm not seeing something that's supposed to be in there. But yeah, it just, I don't know. It's just slightly off for Bear, but that's just my opinion, people. That is just my opinion. You can have different opinions if you want here, people. All right. Anyways, there we are. There we are. Let's check back in with our parade here, and let's see. Let's go. Oh, there we go. All right. Hold on. Let me do the thing with the thing here. 1 second, people. Breaking news. Breaking news. I don't want to step over any toes here. Let me do the thing with the thing. Let's see here. Let's bring this up. Let's see if it works. Why can't I hear anything? I should be able to hear something. Why can't I hear anything? Come on, Bear. Ah, for crying out loud. Does it not allow me to hear anything? What's going on? No, I don't want to. Oh, for crying out loud. Stop. 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 Skip. Okay. Why is it not? Hold on 1 second, people. Fight, 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 and they win, win, win. All right. Woo! Oh, because I don't have the right freaking headphones on. All right, here we go. Let's see if it works now. That would help here. No. Gosh dang it. What's going on here? Oh, there it is. It's really low.
Anthony Wayne asked by George Washington
There we are.
to lead a daring midnight raid up the cliffs of Stony Point with unloaded muskets and only their bayonets to fight the redcoats. Mad
Dirty
Anthony
redcoats.
replied, "Issue the order, sir, and I will storm into hell for you."
Hey, Amy.
Then there was the Civil War general, John Corse, shot in the face
In the face?
combat. He fired off a message to his commander. "I am short a cheekbone and one ear, but I am able to whip the hell out of all of them." He stayed on the front lines, it seemed forever. In World War II, there was the great Creighton Abrams, besieged on all sides by the Nazis at the Battle of the Bulge. He boldly proclaimed, "They've got us surrounded again, the poor bastards." This is the fighting spirit and unyielding force of the U.S. Army. It has never changed, and it will never, ever change, because there is no earthly force more powerful than the brave heart of a U.S. infantryman or an Army Ranger, paratrooper, or Green Beret. They are the best. They are the finest. From Bunker Hill to San Juan Hill, from Gettysburg to Guadalcanal, from Yorktown to Shiloh, and from the trenches of the Argonne to the mountains of Afghanistan, the Army has forged a legacy of unmatched courage, untold sacrifice, and unequaled and undying glory. Our soldiers have poured out their blood by the bucketful on Missionary Ridge and Heartbreak Ridge, on the sands of Sicily, Normandy, and the Philippines, and on the dusty streets of Da Nang, Baghdad, and Fallujah. Thanks to their extraordinary service and devotion, 250 years later, America stands tall, America stands proud, and America stands free. We're the hottest country in the world right now. And our country will soon be greater and stronger than ever before. Down through history, we've been blessed beyond words by this valiant legion of Army warriors and patriots, heroes and legends. And tonight we affirm with unwavering certainty that in the years ahead and in every generation hence, whenever duty calls and whatever danger comes, the American soldier will be there. No matter the risk, no matter the obstacles, our warriors will charge into battle. They will plunge into the crucible of fire, and they will seize the crown of victory. Because the United States of America will always have the grace of Almighty God and the iron will of the United States Army. Congratulations to everybody. We love our country. We've never done better. Thank you. God bless you. God bless the Army, and God bless America. And now I'd like to ask our great First Lady to join me at the podium. Thank you very much, everybody.
All right. Well, there we go. A little bit of fun there. Oh, is she gonna talk? No, they're just gonna give him a, I don't know, a handshake, a flag, a salute, something. Not really sure. All right. Anyways, there we go. I thought we were gonna see more tanks go by, but there we are. There we go. All right. Do we want to see more? Or are we good here? Holy cow! There is thunder going on with old Bear here. Thanks for the flag. Oh, wait, no, he didn't give him the flag. He's like, here, I got this flag for you, but I'm going to keep it. Oh, well, there goes that. All right, well. No, we're not going to make a commercial for Lockheed Martin, for crying out loud. Anyways, there is that. Let me, hold on just 1 second. Let me make sure that everything works. All right. They are presenting Trump with a flag. Well, they they give-y and they take-y away. They's like, psych! Ha-ha! Look, we got this flag for you, but it's raining, so we can't unfurl it, or I don't know, something along those lines, man. Something along those lines. So, anyways, there are a little bit of Trump stuff. If you want to check that, let me just double check and make sure they're done here. Oh God, they're singing. Is that Lee Greenwood? Okay, well, I definitely can't play that. So, I think they're over. I think they're done with, but there we go. There's a nice little bear that could have been out there for you. I guess they didn't want me there since I had taken that job as the head goat wrangler for the Islamic Republic of Iran. And that probably soured that, people. Maybe next year. Maybe next year. Here you go, Mr. President. Look at this flag. Yoink. Yoink. All right, people. Well, good Lord, people. I've got so much stuff here. I got so much stuff you wouldn't believe. You wouldn't believe because, God dang it, because I didn't even bring it in. All right. Thing with a thing. There we go. There we are, people. There we are. So, brand new weekend, a brand new #1 at the box office, people. That's How to Train Your Dragon. Like, wait a minute, didn't that come out a couple years ago? Well, apparently they're doing the thing where they make the animated movie that comes out as a live action. Or if it came out as a live action, they're making it animated. Whatever the case may be, $82 million opening weekend for How You Train Your Dragon. Materialists coming in pretty close for the biggest opening for A24. Ooh, like $5 million. Who cares? There you go. Let's check it out. How to Train Your Dragon, $87 million. Lilo and Stitch, still hanging in there after 4 weeks. Materialists, apparently it's a chick flick. So ladies, if you want to go check it out, go right ahead. Beer recommends Mission Impossible 4. It's starting to roll off here. Still, $165 million. Ballerina, not doing that great. Whenever you see the 60 to 70% roll off from the opening weekend to the second weekend, it means a lot of people have either seen it and don't want to go back and see it, or don't want to tell people to go see it, or people are just kind of staying away because they don't think it's going to be all that great. So, Ballerina, the John Wick movie. Karate Kid, #6. Final Destination did really well. $130 million for Final Destination. Pretty good. Phoenician Scheme. Yeah, it's a scheme, all right. Life of Chuck. We're hearing that numbers aren't that vibrant in this expansion of the Mike Flanagan. Oh, okay. So you've heard of, we're going to get into this in just a second. The Clay Face, they're coming out with DC. That was written by Mike Flanagan. He didn't direct it. I think they're getting somebody else to direct it. So, yeah, when your film comes out and you get a total of $3 million, yikes, people, yikes. And still in there. 9 weeks. Let's hope they get in. Let's hope they're still in the top 10 after 10 weeks. Doing really well out here. 275 for Sinners. So a good job. Good job with that. Shh, don't say chick flick too loud. Ruth will hear you and say, ooh, I haven't been to a chick flick in a while. Let's go. Well, if you do go, the number 3 movie this week is The Materialist, starring somebody. I know it was somebody. Dakota Johnson. Dakota Johnson and, oh God, is it Pedro Pascal? I think it's Pedro Pascal, if I'm not mistaken. And somebody else. I forget which. I'm looking here. Yeah, there you go. There is your Materialist. So, really hot with the ladies out there. Really hot with the ladies. Moms are skewing at 63%. Good job. Anyway, so there we go. There is our deadline. Weekly box office update for the week. And you see how many freaking, I don't know if I can get to all these tabs, people. I don't know if I can get to all of them here, but we're going to try. Oh gosh, I have to deal with Pedro on July. I don't want to have to deal with him in June as well. You know, May, June, July, August. Pedro is everywhere, people. He is everywhere. Yay. I mean, he's a okay actor. I don't see, like, the huge draw, but I mean, he's okay. It's fine. He seems to play himself a lot. I don't know, but I'm not against him in the Fantastic Four. I know a lot of people are. I'm not against him in that movie. I just think the movie it depends on how it goes. I don't think he's going to be the reason if the movie bombs that it's Pedro Pascal's fault, is basically what I'm saying. I don't think it's going to be his fault. I think it's the combination of all the actors. It didn't seem like, they said that the whole movie was miscast. I don't mind Pedro Pascal in that part. It seems to be fine. It seems to be kind of like a Desi Arnaz kind of situation there with that. I'm okay with it. It's fine. It just seems like Vanessa Kirby and the other 2 people, they just don't seem like they're very well cast in that movie, but that's Bear's opinion. That is Bear's opinion. All right, we talked about this the other week. Just kind of wanted to come back around to it real quick before we get into kind of the main story here. Talking about the birth of home video. 50 years ago, Betamax, not even VHS, Betamax, released 50 years ago. All them years ago, 50 years ago, in June of 1975. Cost the low price of $2,495. Or today it'd be $15,000. Thank you, Joe Biden. They panicked. Everybody was freaked out about that because they had the theatrical market locked up. You know, if you want to go see a movie, you could only go see it in the theater. Sometimes, maybe, a network might play a movie here and there. Movie studios were getting ad revenue off of that, plus whatever the networks were paying them. So, it's, oh my God, we can't have that. We can't have VCRs out there. They were going to ban them. The Supreme Court had to weigh in. And it went through the whole thing. And then, 97 came around. DVDs. Boy, oh boy, that was the bomb, people. Everybody was enjoying DVDs. For a while, home video propped up Hollywood's bottom line, says the Hollywood Reporter here. I paid for its risk. So if you want to come out with a avant-garde movie, don't worry about it. Hey, we'll make it up on the DVD sales of something else. It's just pure gravy. We can spend it on art house films and cocaine. That's what they did. I think DVD was a huge part of our revenue stream, said Matt Damon. Okay. When they went away, they changed the type of movies that they could make. So that's where we are. And then what happened is they went all to streaming. And instead of getting all this residuals coming back from the DVD sales and then selling it to the networks and the cable and all that sort of stuff, they were getting a bunch of residuals. So even though a movie might not have done that well in the theaters, it was doing really well in the home video market. And then streaming happened, and everybody shot themselves in the foot multiple times, which leads us to this story. And it came out a little while ago. I didn't get to it the other day because of weather issues. But we have it, people. I called it just a little bit differently, but I did call it out here. It's Back to the Future, people. It is definitely Back to the Future. A Warner Brothers discovery to split into two companies. What? Streaming and studios and global networks. This kind of oddly worded here. Streaming and studios, comma, and global networks. So it's streaming studios on one side, what they're calling global networks TV, essentially, on the other side. So that's the two companies. And some of you might be saying, hey, wait a minute, Bear, hold on just a second. I'm knowledgeable enough. I've watched your show plenty of times. I know. Hey, there was a Warner Brothers. And then Discovery Networks came in and bought Warner Brothers and named it Warner Brothers Discovery. And Discovery Network was basically linear television, and Warner Brothers was essentially movies. Wait a minute, aren't they just going back to what they just were like a couple years ago? Yes. You are a great viewer out there. You were smart enough. You figured it out. Yes, they did. So the Z-Man out here. Where is the Z-Man at? Where are we, Zaz? There's the Z-Man. Ah! The Z-Man here went out, took on a whole bunch of debt. About $40 billion worth of debt. The total value of both companies at the time of the merger was about $44 billion. So he took on about the amount of debt as what both companies were worth. The company now, joined together, is worth $20 billion. So it lost half of its value. And they're going back to what they did previously. Boy, oh boy. M&A. Oh, Zaz, you're doing great. Doing great out there, Zaz. I mean, you're just one of the smartest people I've ever known. What do you think, Donald Faison? What do you think about this? Oh, wow. That is a very hot take, Donald Faison. From the never aired, but if you dare to air it, commercial for the Powerpuff Girls remake on the CW network, which doesn't even exist anymore. The Z-Man, he's going to send his goon squad after you if you even show more than one frame of it. So that's why we're not going any further than that. But thank you, Donald Faison. Thank you. Thank you so much. From Deadline and Max Goldbart, Warner Brothers Discovery is officially splitting into two companies, people. The David Zaslav-led conglomerate has signaled the move with an internal recognition that it's grouped its businesses into streaming and studios, comma, and global networks earlier this year. On Monday, a bit earlier than many expected, it announced the separation will become an actual split along the lines of what Comcast is doing over there with Universal and whatever the hell they're calling MSNBC Group and all that other stuff. The Z-Man will lead... Of course! The Z-Man will lead streaming and studios, while the CFO, poor Gunnar Winterfelds, becomes president and CEO for the what they're calling global networks. Both will continue in their present roles at the Warner Brothers Discovery until separation, which is expected to close in mid-2026. If you split your finances, it doesn't mean you raise your finances. This is why we've got a very smart audience out here. Thank you, Peabody. The cultural significance of this great company and the impactful stories. What, like Mickey 13? It has brought to life for more than a century, have touched countless people. Yeah, like James Gunn, touched countless people over the world. It's a treasured legacy we will continue in this next chapter by celebrated history, by losing half of the value of the company. By operating as two distinct and optimized companies for the future, we're empowering these iconic brands with the sharper focus and strategic flexibility they need to compete most effectively in today's evolving media landscape. And some of you might be saying, hey, Bear, that's a lot of gobbledygook from a CEO. What the hell does that mean? I can't remember the name of the movie, but you remember a couple years back where they had the movie where the guy was trapped in the gorge, like with a rock? He had like a giant rock on his arm, and he had to take out the pocket knife and saw off his arm so he can get out of the frickin' cave or the valley or crevice or whatever the hell he was in. So think of Warner Brothers as the guy, and the global networks. Who do we got here? Let's see. CNN. Oh boy, TNT. They say TNT Sports, but they don't have many sports left. Discovery, free top of the air channels. All of those would be the arm. So when they say we're going to split into half to, empowering our iconic brands, they're basically cutting off the arm, aka all of the linear TV. So the rest of their giant conglomerate can survive, people. That's essentially what it means. Right, Zaz? Right. That's right, Zaz. Jiminy finally shows up. I had to put out the Zaslav signal out here for finally Jiminy Cricket to show up. Thank you, Jiminy. Glad to have you here. Glad to have you here, sir. So, yeah. They are going to split Warner Brothers Television, Warner Brothers Motion Picture Group, DC Studios, HBO and HBO Max, as well as their film and television libraries. That's on one half. Global networks, they got stuck with CNN and TNT. Womp, 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 womp. So it has been Bear's contention. I mean, out of this list right here, the one that just kind of sticks out like a sore thumb is DC Studios. It has been Bear's contention for years back that I believe that Warner Brothers now, what are they called now? Streaming and Studios, Warner Brothers, they're going to sell off, in Bear's opinion, DC Studios here. I'm wondering if that was going to happen before Superman, but we find out. People, we find out. Holy cow, people. Would you believe it? Superman is reportedly one of the most, if not the most, they're saying the most expensive superhero film ever made. It's looking like it might actually be one of the most expensive movies ever made. The Batman was one of the most expensive movies ever made, and it didn't make its money back. Or if it did, it barely made it back. And they're not making a sequel, people. Spoiler alert. From Billy O'Dory. O'Dory? We'll go with it. Over at Bounding Into Comics. That James Gunn's Superman was one of the most anticipated films going into 2025 is no mystery. What? Alright, whatever. We'll go with it. Considering the long wait for Man of Steel film, what, like 4 years? 6 years? It hasn't been that long. And the enthusiasm around the rebooting. Is there enthusiasm about the rebooting? I don't know. Still, DC's parent company, Warner Brothers Discovery, soon to be Warner Brothers Streaming and whatever the hell, had to fully invest in the DCU's first film to give the franchise a lifeline. And we're kind of talking about this. I was kind of making the comparison that it's a giant commercial. Superman was a giant commercial. Now, two options. Number one, it's a giant commercial for another company out there to be buying DC Studios. One possibility. The other possibility is a giant commercial to essentially sell the entire franchise. In other words, to the audience. Because they're trying to bring in... How many people do they have in this shot right here? What, 2? 3? I think they have like 3 other kind of ancillary characters here along with Superman. Basically, everybody who's not a uniformed... why do they have guns? Are they going to shoot Superman? Like, how's that going to work? Okay, whatever. Anyway, so many... Let's see, what do they have? They have Green Lantern. They've got Hawk Girl. They've got... the dog, they've got, Supergirl coming up, so they need to sell the hell out of this. However, tongues are now wagging after a tax rebate and incentives filed by the production team reveal the gross cost of the film. I'd say it's pretty gross, coming to equally astronomical marketing cost projections. Now, we had this before. We had it before, and it was from, if Bear remembers correctly, the UK. They had some tax filings in the UK, and it was according to their numbers, it was like around $350 million. According to this one out of Ohio, $363 million. Now, that's just the budget, apparently, for the film. That's just the budget. And it's not all going to Rachel Bosman either. Old horse face. Studios and directors, however, like to keep production costs at a minimum. Sure, Jan. Sure. James Gunn, therefore, didn't delay in coming out to condemn the leak, even suggesting that the film filing could have been faked. Gunn and the DC studios instead quoted the budget to be on $225. That doesn't sound right. $130 million less than the amount stated in the tax filing. Hollywood Reporter, however, has dismissed Gunn's claims, insisting that the $368 million figure is in fact accurate. Net cost of the film will obviously go down slightly after the production receives various incentives and tax rebates. Also, a lot of promotional material as well. We went through that a while back. Like Keebler was coming out with Superman stuff. So they're going to get a little, it's not always the hard and fast numbers. There's a reason they call it Hollywood accounting out here, but let's just call it 350. Let's just make an even 350 figure out here. Post-production included the actual cost. Superman will likely be even higher than the stated figures. They're saying after a long editing process and reshoots. I don't know, maybe not. But it's going to be hitting a couple of different big tentpole figures. First, Jurassic World Rebirth coming out a week earlier. We'll see how that does. I'm kind of pulling for Colin Trevorrow. He's pretty good, especially with scale. So having giant dinosaurs with Scarlett Johansson, pretty good. Fantastic Four, a week after? 2 weeks after. Competition is going to be fierce. According to THR's source, DC's global marketing budget for Superman is $200 million. Holy crap. Avengers Endgame is the most popular counterpart that cost a similar amount, which means DC employed a similarly aggressive marketing strategy. Maybe, but they had the benefit of every one of the previous Marvel films leading up to Endgame, so that's a whole lot more that they're not taking into account. Superman doesn't have that. They could therefore have a combined budget of $500 to $600 million. Let's take the low end, $500 million. Hey, man, $500 million for a Superman film. So at the very least, it needs to make over $1 billion just to break even, which I don't think it's going to do. I don't think it is going to do. The most expensive superhero film ever created so far, Avengers Age of Ultron. I didn't know that. I figured it was Endgame. $495 for Avengers Age of Ultron. Wow. Only other superhero to hit the 350 to 400 mark is Avengers Infinity War and Avengers Endgame. They eventually accumulated to $700 million in cost, but they made it back with $1.2 billion in its global opening weekend. I doubt Superman is going to hit 150 to 175. Write it down now, P-Money. I'm just going to say 120 domestic. I'm going to say between 80 and 120. Now I'll say 90. We'll go 90. We'll go a little bit higher. I'll say between 90 and 120 is what it'll probably do. But there we go. Anyways, they're saying $1 billion to break even. We'll see. We will see about that, people. So, anyways, that kind of just goes back to the main article here about them splitting up. So it's basically going to be streaming in studios. That's where DC is going to be. If Superman doesn't do that well, do they sell DC Studios? That might be a possibility. The other possibility is they might license out the characters as well. They could do it to a third party, kind of like what Sony does with Spider-Man. They could do that. Maybe another company might want to take a shot at it if Superman doesn't do real well. That's going to be a lot of sunk cost. That's going to be a lot of sunk cost there. Whew. Hoo-wee. Hoo-wee. And by the way, Apple is out of it. One of the thoughts was maybe Apple might buy DC. Apparently to Tim Apple here, that's not going to happen, Rick. Not going to happen. He was talking about the Apple TV. Apple TV Plus. I'm sorry, Apple TV Plus. And let me see. Where was it here? Discussing the creation of Apple TV Plus, Cook says that it took an Apple original films are important because the company stands at the intersection of technology and liberal arts. And for Apple TV Plus itself, Cook says they wanted to be the place where great storytellers would tell their best stories. Okay. To do that, they said, Apple decided that creating original content was the best way forward. While Cook admits that buying a catalog of content would be a fast way to get up and running, he adds that Apple instead should pour its passion into the movies and television shows. So I doubt that they're going to be purchasing DC Studios. It might be Amazon. It might be another company out there that could buy, maybe Netflix, something like that. But definitely Apple. Apple's not in it, man. You missed all the expansion to your town and civilization. Oh, for Jiminy. Yeah, we did. We've been doing pretty good. Which, by the way, just in case, look at all the games that are coming to Mac. Look at it. I mean, all 15 or 20 of them. Yay. All these great games. Quit laughing, people. We're at least finally some point going to get Cyberpunk. Maybe Harold Halibut. Yay. What is this? Infinity and Nikki? Oh boy, can't wait for that one. So we'll see one of these days. Mac games. I had to they finally updated the Stream client for the Apple Silicon. They finally did it, people. Finally did it. So yeah, we'll see. It might come out eventually, people. All right. Well, going from one conspiracy theory to another, or maybe not, people. It might not be at all. We've got some breaking news, people, from the New York Post and Ronnie Ray's. The Pentagon, people, secretly planted Area 51 UFO conspiracy theories to hide classified weapons programs, or so they want you to believe. Some of the most prevalent UFO conspiracy theories, including aliens being housed at Area 51, were fueled in part by the Pentagon in an attempt to provide cover for secret weapons programs. A review by the Department of Defense found that in the 1980s, an Air Force colonel visited where else but a Nevada bar near Area 51 and gave the owner fabricated photos of flying saucers near the secret government base, according to a review of a 2024 report in the Wall Street Journal. The incident renewed local fervor over UFOs, with the now retired colonel confessing to the Pentagon investigators that he was on an official mission to spread disinformation. What? I've been told that the government only spreads non-disinformation. And to hide the true purpose of the site where the government was testing the first ever stealth warplane. Not aliens. Or so they would have you believe. The military reasoned the best way to keep its technology hidden from the Soviet Union's prying eyes during the Cold War was to bury it amid the trove of conspiracy theories surrounding Area 51. The incident is just one of several where government agents allegedly played up America's UFO mythology for the purpose of protecting its military assets, according to a 2024 report. Other military attempts to obscure secret projects with conspiracy theories were not made public. They go on. For instance, Kirkpatrick's team found that Air Force hazed members with briefings, including them to fake a Yankee Blue unit that purported investigated alien aircraft. It's right there. See? It's right there. The briefings came with a direct order never to mention the details to anyone, with many of the targets of the prank never learning it was all a ruse. All a ruse. Or so they want you to think. The bizarre practice is still taking place during the investigation. Oh boy. With the Pentagon eventually sending an order across the DoD in 2023. Hey, stop putting out fake conspiracy theories that there's aliens at Area 51. It remains unclear why officials presented subordinates with fake briefings, with rumors speculating it could have been used as a loyalty test or to spread dis, or malinformation, people. They also found that the government deliberately left people in the dark when they witnessed secret military projects. Robert Salavis, a former Air Force captain, was one of those people. He claimed he witnessed a UFO descend over a nuclear missile testing site in Montana in 1967. During the event, a flashing light was able to disable all 10 nuclear missiles at the bunker along with all the electrical systems. He was ordered never to discuss what he saw, with Salavis maintaining that he witnessed alien visitors from another planet. Kirkpatrick's team, however, discovered that Salavis was never told what he actually saw was a test of a fledgling electromagnetic pulse test to see if American silos could withstand the radiation of an atomic weapon and retaliate if the Soviet Union ever attacked first. With the test failing, officials decided that it was best that no one knew the secret of our massive vulnerability. So Salavis and other witnesses were intentionally left in the dark to make their own conclusions. It was aliens. The DoD has acknowledged that not everything has been made public about the discoveries, but the military claims it will be more transparent in its follow-up report, scheduled later for this year. The department is committed to releasing second volume of its historic record report to include findings on the reports of potential pranks and inauthentic material, the DoD said in a statement, people. So that's right. Sometimes the conspiracy theories are just that. Conspiracies meant to hide an even bigger secret. Or so they tell us. I do find it interesting after all these years, somebody who is retired after working at Area 51 hasn't secretly written a book because they would be shot dead, P-Money. Okay, let's figure out how this is going to work, okay? Okay, let's say old Bear worked at Area 51 and he's got his retirement. He's going to go be the head goat wrangler over there at the Iranian project over there. And before he goes, he wants to write a book about all that he saw over at Area 51, including all those aliens. It's all right, I write everything down. Let's just say I put it on a typewriter. It's not even on a computer. Do it on the typewriter, type it all up and everything. I know you're all picturing in your head a Bear at a typewriter right now. Bear's at the typewriter, writ everything up. Okay, I'm going to go take it to a publishing house. It's all controlled by the CIA anyway, so as soon as the CIA finds out, there's going to be knock on the old cave door. Hi, Bear. We see you're trying to write a book. Oh, yeah, that's right. Hey, look over there. Huh? Pop, pop. Yeah, there goes that. There goes that. It ain't happening. Ain't happening, man. Why is Alien? Why is? That's a good question, AB. I guess because they figured that saying that the aliens were at Area 51 was a whole lot better than saying, hey, we've got a whole bunch of secret aircraft over there that you don't really need to know about. Probably that. I wonder if President Trump could just demand, okay, I want my Area 51 tour. Actually, Hegseth went over there. He was like the very first, what do they call those? The Secretary of Defense. He's the very first Secretary of Defense to go to Area 51. So they did a little tour. I don't know if he saw any aliens. Hasn't really said. I wish somebody would ask him that question. But yeah, he, like relatively recently, I want to say within like the past 2 weeks, maybe 3 at the very most. Wonder if President Trump would just demand, I want my Area 51 tour. If I become the president, it would be the first thing I demanded. First thing I demanded would be a massage and a Pepsi, says Jiminy. Not necessarily in that order. Hey-o. 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 Well, listen, people, there might not be aliens at Area 51, but there could be a giant city underneath the pyramids, according to science. Look, it's right there. Right there. Can you see the city underneath the pyramids? Would I lie to you? There's a city underneath the pyramids, people. Right there. So it's just buried a little bit below ground there. You gotta go around the twisty, twirly staircase there to go all the way down to the city right below the pyramids. Right below those pyramids there, people. So there you go. I don't know. I'm not gonna read the article. But there is possibly, maybe, probably not a city underneath Egypt's pyramids, people. Well, if you thought that was crazy, hold my beer. Oh, crap. Am I still on? Am I still here? Hold on. Test. I was talking about aliens and they cut my power. All right, we're here. We're still here, people. We are still here. A little hiccup on the old power. But I did not lose my place, people. I did not lose my place. I said hold my beer because there's some craziness going on, people. There's some definite craziness in New York City, people. From the New York Post and Kathleen Donlevy, people. There is the first ever pigeon impersonation pageant in New York City. She's got beauty. She's got grace. She's got feathers on her face, people. Paid by the puns, people. Paid by the puns. East Village artist Miriam Abrahams is one of several acts competing for the crown at the inaugural pigeon impersonation pageant on the High Line. An event aimed at renovating love for the city's squabs amid a shocking surge of hate and crime against them. Are we sure they're not the illegal aliens eating them? The 34-year-old had plenty of practice cooing along in her beloved papier-mâché pigeon costume. But today, Saturday, will mark the first time she's going to take to the stage dressed as one of the iconic city birds. Look at there, people. They're like the underdogs. They're brilliant and intelligent animals, she said. I feel like I want to give them a moment and just kind of show them off a little bit. The pigeons. The first ever pigeon pageant is expected to be the highlight of the High Line's day-long Pigeon Fest, which will include games like Pin the Tail on the Pigeon and Pigeon Cornhole, hey-o, as well as panels educating visitors on how to make Big Apple friendly for the birds, people. What about the bears? Each act, which some include multiple contestants, will have 2 minutes to coo, squawk, and waddle in front of the crowd, Project Runway style. The lucky ducks who make it to the second round will have to soar to new heights, people, for their chance at the title by either dancing, lip-syncing, or some other form of creative storytelling, even if it means it's taking their pigeon impersonations to fantastical levels. Several awards will be giving out to the contestants, but only one will be crowned the first ever top pigeon in New York City. The pageant is also very serious. Each contender was plucked for the event after submitting an audition. Wow. Abrams is confident, however, that she has the pageant in the bag. The England-born artist has slipped into Pigeon, a simply but aptly named persona, oh God, on numerous occasions over the years, and has perfected her bobbing. Yeah. I know what you're thinking out there. I'm thinking the same thing, people. I'm thinking the same thing. I'm thinking like, okay, I know she's crazy, but is she crazy in the sack, if you know what I mean? I mean, she dresses up like a pigeon. I'm just saying, people. I'm just saying out here. It becomes my New York City persona. Oh, when I put it on, I become Pigeon. And I take on those traits. They're so intelligent, silly, they're wonderful creatures. I explained to Abrahams, who crafts plenty of costumes and statues as a member of the Pussy Paws Puppetry Troupe. Okay, yeah, definitely crazy. You might not want to stick it in there. I will say. Yeah, she's nuts, yes. Yeah, probably. First time I've ever noticed a pigeon with boobs. Yeah, I was wondering if she might be crazy in the sack, but I'm agreeing with Jiminy out here. It might be a step too far out there, if you know what I mean. Abrams offered the post of exclusive sneak peek at how she slips into Pigeon, a chicken wire and paper mache ensemble she originally intended just to be part of the Big Apple themed Halloween foursome. Heyo. That also included a rat, a cockroach, and an exterminator. But the English-born artist fell in love with the costume and has donned it several times over the last few years. Oh, God. Popping up through the city to hang out with her fellow flock and even square up with confused canines. In the past year, I had someone come up to me with a piece of bread, and I ran over to them and started pecking. Oh, okay. Definitely crazy. Peabody is furry curious. Oh boy. I don't know. Is a pigeon considered furry? I'm not so sure. Her typical performance including bobbing and playing cooing noises from a speaker hidden inside a pigeon's massive cranium. They're calling Pigeon the pigeon. Okay, oh God. I bet she promised that her pageant act will involve much more pizzazz, people. I'm going to be accompanied by some very wholesome New York accompaniment with the sounds and the music that's going to be involved in this. Other than her love of performing, Abrams was drawn to the pageant for her deep love of animals, heyo, especially for the birds who were derogatorily referred as the rats of the sky. I really do believe they get a bad rap, she says, with a lot of people, and in the city, and a lot of it is a lack of knowledge, you bunch of dummies. They're pigeons, don't you know? Said Abrams, a longtime volunteer with the Wild Bird Fund. Oh, God, okay, yeah. Nuttier than elephant dung. People often think that they are dirty and diseased, but that's actually the cities. And they're built with trash and the stuff that they eat. That makes them so dirty. It's all your fault, people. That sentiment and a splash of the lookalike content that are sweeping the city is exactly what inspired the pageant and Pigeon Fest in the first place. The day-long festival centers around Dinosaur, the massive penguin sculpture by Yvonne Argate that has been guarding the railroad garden since the summer. I don't know what's nuttier. The lady here or somebody actually made a statue of a pigeon. I'm not so sure. It's kind of a funny bird helmet. I guess she just wanted a silly... No. Look carefully. She's dressed as the pigeon. You know, she's got the white chest with like the sort of blue pants. She's got the actual claws over the top of her shoe. She's literally like a pigeon. No, it's not like, okay, I'm gonna put on this mask and that's it. No, she's like that's what the pigeon's supposed to look like. Like, you know, white top with the blue. Yeah, that's yeah. Yep. The top 5 or the top pigeons in New York City is the award to win. But best plumage, coolest moves, fiercest flapper, heyo, and the Avant-Garde Avian Awards is also up for grabs. There'll even be an audience participation trophy. Oh, God. We certainly wouldn't be mad if people showed up in costume to watch the performance because they just might win an award for themselves. Hang it up on the mantle. I dress as a pigeon, and this is the award that I got. This is a pigeon with pants. Well, look, like right now, it's supposed to be the whole ensemble. Maybe she needs like maybe little wings for her arms there, but yeah, she definitely thought this through? Question mark. As much as we can say, thought this through. She definitely thought it through, but yeah. Not the weirdest thing I've been curious about, I'm afraid. I don't even want to know, P-Money. I don't know. Does she wear the pigeon mask in the sack? As P-Money, he is curious now. He definitely wants to know. Okay, P-Money, stay away, P-Money. I'm warning you right now. You don't want to stick your and crazy. You know what I mean? You know what I mean out here? With the old wink and the nod. Yeah, you don't want to. I mean, yeah, she looks. She looks like hot crazy, but she's also crazy, like crazy, like super crazy people, crazy. Sitting on a pigeon statue. That's something like karma asking. Yeah, you better watch out. Definitely better watch out, people. Well, listen, people. I know. Except for maybe P-Money, this could be nightmare-inducing material. So don't worry, people. Bear is here. Got my final story for the day. I'm letting people down on an easy note here. Trying to make sure that, after the show tonight, everybody's able to, go to sleep peacefully and not have to worry about too much. I mean, tomorrow's Sunday. You don't want to be out there worrying too much about all the stuff going on in the world out there. So we got a good news story for you people out here to kind of round it out. From the New York Post again, and SWNS, whatever the hell that is. That'd be the biggest great white shark ever recorded in the Atlantic is tracked off of North Carolina. So if you're going to Charlotte, you better stay out of the water, people. Stay out of the water. The biggest great white shark ever recorded by researchers in the Atlantic is now on the move. Now on the move, people. You better watch out. There's a giant shark in the water. A contender, the 14-foot beast, was tagged in the North Atlantic by OSearch in January. That's a non-profit organization that conducts research on large mammals, marine mammals, 45 miles off the Florida-Georgia coast. That's off of Jacksonville, people. And after going off the radar for nearly a month, it's not a radar. Oh, for crying out loud. The tracker only transmits location signals when the shark's dorsal fin is briefly exposed above the water surface. Last week it surfaced north of Pamlico Sound in North Carolina. Dun 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 dun. The beast appears to have made a dart for the north over the past few weeks, measuring around 16,000 pounds. Gundenda is estimated to be around 30 years old. This stopover is believed to be a critical feeding period, people, allowing him to build energy reserves for what may be a journey of 1,000 miles going around the Atlantic searching for food. Here we go. Let's see. They say this time of the year, white sharks are starting their late spring, early summer migration, moving from the southern overwintering area to the summer-fall foraging areas in the northeast. So they're kind of like Yankees almost. Yeah, they come down here for the summer and then they go back up during the winter, kind of like snowbirds, except for they're under the water and they eat people. The tagging involved carefully capturing contender. Look at the research vessel. We need a bigger boat. Collecting biological samples. Hey-oh. and attaching a spot satellite tag to his dorsal fin. This tag transmits real-time GPS data whenever he surfaces, enabling researchers to track his movements via OSearch Global Shark Tracker. We often see the sharks on our Global Shark Tracker spend a period of time off of the Outer Banks right before they move north. And that's what's going on here, man. This may be due to rich food resources in the region or plump bodies in the ocean. As a time to feed and prepare for what may be a journey of 1,000 miles or more. Great white sharks play a vital role in marine ecosystems by regulating prey populations, people, but face threats from overfishing, habit loss, and, would you believe it, people, climate change. Data from Contenda and other tag sharks inform conservation efforts and help protect critical habitats. But don't go surfing off of North Carolina for the next couple weeks, people. Wanna maybe stay on the intercoastal, and stay away from a 14-foot large shark, people. Great white shark. Excuse me, Mr. Giant Shark. We'd like to take pieces of your body if you don't mind. Slice. Now here you go, back into the ocean. They probably did it off of like some sort of resort beach. Stab. Okay, thanks, shark. Bye. And now the shark's like ticked off. He's like, okay, I need to take my revenge on some of these humans over here. Dun 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 dun. Dun 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 dun. Do 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 do. Dun 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 dun. So yeah, stay out of the water, people. Definitely. That is a big arse shark. You want to stay out of the water, people. We finally got our Jaws origin story. There we go, the prequel. Finally, the Jaws prequel. We've always wanted to know. How did Jaws grow up? What made Jaws 8? What was it? He had like all that. No, that was the other shark, right? They found like, what did they find? They found like a whole bunch of stuff, like license plates and stuff like that. But it was another shark. It wasn't Jaws, right? It was the other shark. They thought they had Jaws. They're like, all right, we're gonna open up back for what was it? Was it Memorial Day? Was it Memorial or July 4th? I forget. Which, by the way, people, talk about bringing it back around. We were just talking about. Let me find it here. We were just talking about the Betamax, right? Talking about Betamax. What was happening? The same time, 1975, Jaws. It was in theaters. So there you go, people. Made the circle, people. I brought it back around for you good people. You thought, there's no way that Bear can, connect a shark story with Warner Brothers Discovery. I did, people. I found a way. And it was glorious. It was glorious. Speaking of which, by the way, hold on. Let's check in. I don't know if they're still doing it. Let's check in. No. Okay, DOJ announces charges against Kamar Abrego Garcia. Who is that? I have no idea who that. Apparently they are not doing the parade. So let me oh, Blondie Pam Bondi out here. Where's that Epstein list, lady? Where the hell is the Epstein list? Anyways, people, he did kill himself, but where's that list at? Gosh dang it. Well, Jiminy, if you're still around, we've been doing some great chat councils over the past couple days. We've missed you greatly out here. Cricket Town is growing by leaps and bounds. So is, by the way, Amy, we have converted back over your city as well. So you can sleep well tonight knowing that Lesterville is taken care of. No worries there. They keep trying to convert it back over, but not Bear. I'm going to keep it Catholic the whole time. Kilmar, is that the guy who went Guantanamo? Oh, is that the guy that they had drinks with? What was the senator's name that went down there? Like had margaritas with the guy or something? Is that the guy? Okay. All right. Well, whatever. Yeah, it's fine. it's fine. They should just be like, okay, well, we need to turn this plane around and go back to the U.S., but, oh, gee, look. Oh, my God, the door opened mid-flight. Oh well, whoops-a-doodle. Whoops-a-doodle. We lost them mid-flight. Things happen. Things happen out here. Okay, well, in that case, good. What were they doing? They were announcing other charges? Is that what they were doing? Hold on. Do the thing with the thing. Thing with the thing here. All right. Oh, this was from like a while ago. Apparently, they're just doing commercials. What was? Oh God, God dang it, freaking thing. All right, get out of that. Get out of that. I don't need freaking. You're not gonna pay me, and I'm not gonna run your commercials. Gosh dang it. Anyways, come on by, Jiminy, if you want to join us on the old chat council. We're going to do that Monday and also Tuesday, and we're going to be right back here on Wednesday. I know a number of you are waiting on the black and white review. I had a lot to get through today, so I didn't want to do the review today. Long story short, it's a good book. Go check it out. I got more to say about it, but just go check it out. Good stuff. Bear begins with a commercial and ends with a commercial. There we go. All right. Comes back around, Peabody. Just comes right back around here. Yes, indeed. All right. Well, let me say thank you to all of people that showed up here tonight, including Peabody, Mrs. Peabody, all of the little Peabodys, Amy and Melissa, Jiminy finally showing up and joining us. Thank you so much. Great to have you here. And, of course, all of our Russian bots and lurkers. Come on by, say hello. Hit that thumbs up button for Bear. He does appreciate it oh so very much. But all this talk about sharks offshore of North Carolina possibly eating people has made Bear hungry. So he's going to head back into the woods. So until next time, I was waiting for Jiminy. He didn't do it. Gosh dang it. Grrrr. Night, everyone.